Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Mhm.
The questions they had was, because you had you did the remake of the Marvin Gaye "I Want You," which
Mhm.
which had some traction.
Mhm.
Um, what did you think it was like signing with Capitol as a black R as an R&B artist? Do you think they knew? I mean, I'm sure if you'd gone to MCA, it would have been a lot different. That was their bread and butter. But how do you think Capitol handled your album and promoting you?
So, um, speaking at this age
Yeah.
and veteranism, I could speak intelligently,
Yeah.
and I can speak with understanding that I didn't understand as an 18-year-old, 19-year-old kid. I was signed literally at the same time MC Hammer was coming out with Too Legit to Quit.
Oh yes. Oh, okay. That was the
Enough
cash
said.
cow.
Enough
Yeah.
said. Okay.
Okay.
No. So the cool part is, um, I love these questions too because, again, it's like, excuse me, it's like really recalling and then looking at the string of history and the journey and where I am today, well versed in how all this works,
Mm.
right? You would wish someone had told you, oh, well, here's the issue. A record label has but so much money per year. And what
Mm.
they do is they have a handful of artists that are sort of like collateral damage. And they throw stuff on the wall. And if it doesn't stick right away, we're going to take the bulk of our money and put it on the artist that's making us buying our houses and putting our kids in college, you know? And oh, I'm sorry your record didn't work. you know,
Uh,
and it's totally fine now, but at that time, no. Capitol Records, here's the other thing. You know, Boyz II Men came out with Motown Philly, this really upbeat young thing, and they had BBD,
yeah.
fresh out the gate, fire, poison, I came out with Marvin Gaye's I Want You. No slight to the song,
Yeah. Yeah.
but I'm super young, and so I can't even imagine what marketing strategy you would have for something like that for a young artist like that. It was the wrong song. If I could go back in time, which you don't care to, but if I could, it would be a different record. So it really wasn't the record label. I mean, even MCA with the same situation would probably come out the exact same way. It would turn out the exact same.
But did you have any, I mean, as a young kid, did you have any control over what singles or who producers to work with?
No, again, good questions for answering it the way the experience that I have now. I didn't know if I had control or not. I
Mm.
was super young and all I wanted to do was sing. I don't know to have control over anything. I was signed, I had a publishing deal I didn't even know I had, you know.
Oh.
So when you're young, I mean, it all depends on everybody's story, some artists like Shanice Wilson, had her mom right there. Usher had his mom right there. NSYNC had their parents
Mm.
like right there, crossing every T, dotting. I didn't have that. It
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
I was shooting for the stars and just going with it. So I didn't know that I could have control even if I did or didn't have control. I didn't know at that time. So.
Now, others would say, but your mum is in industry. They should have been, she would have said, okay, contracts, publishing.
Very true. Very true. Well, a lot of people don't know. My mother was sick at the time, so
Oh,
she. Well, no, wait a second. My mother, yes, she was sick at the time. She sure was. My mother passed in '97 when I was with As Yet, when I literally became famous. But she was sick probably like probably like 3 or 4 years prior. She passed away to cancer
oh,
in
so sad.
'97. So yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that's okay. So, and it's interesting, like you say, my mom. my mom and dad, um, they split up at a certain point, and my mother became sick. So she was just trying, to heal. And again, I was so independent anyway,
Mm,
it's just like,
yeah.
yeah, good questions, man. I'm like,
No,
I'm
no,
sitting going like, how
no.
much is she helping me? I don't know.
Yeah, no, I mean, Dalvin says that parents have written 100 records, but they didn't know anything about the business. So but it's interesting just to see if even if you have a family member in there, it doesn't necessarily guarantee anything. The question I had then was, did you think signing to Capitol, the label of Elvis, was a way of, okay, overcoming the disappointment of missing out with the guys getting signed? Like, okay, now this is my turn to get back at that time because this was almost like an opportunity, and I'm gonna, this is my way of saying, well, forget that, then I'm gonna make it here.
Um, Maybe half of that statement. The accurate half is it's the opportunity that was before me,
Yeah,
and I went with it. And though it didn't produce a great outcome for the songs that I put out, it it was a catalyst to me becoming a songwriter because I didn't sign directly to Capitol. I signed through a production company called Hush Productions. Okay. And it was by way of a subsidiary record label called Orpheus Records, though I was linked to Capitol Records as a recording artist.
yeah,
So with this production company, I had a record deal and a publishing deal with what at the time was called MCA Music Publishing, now Universal Music Publishing. And because of that, when the record deal faded, I still had a publishing deal, and I met my publishers, and they began to groom me as a
mm,
songwriter. And
okay.
then that link had me meet Pebbles. You know who Pebbles is,
Oh
right?
yeah,
Carrie
yeah, yeah,
Pebbles.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and I wrote two records for her last CD. I wrote the title track to her CD called "Straight from My Heart." I wrote a song called "Straight from My Heart."
Wow.
She's married to L.A. Reid.
Yeah.
I moved to California, and then I connect one dot to another, 6 degrees of separation, that had me meet Babyface.
Okay.
And so these dots then connect to other things. And it's funny because I want to circle back and unless you want to continue on.
No,
Yeah,
no, no, no. Please go, keep going.
yeah. Well, I love these. I love these stories of destiny. You
Mm,
know, because here's an interesting thing. This is to me. This is a good one that can help a lot of people understand. I don't care what dark place you're in. I don't care how dark it seems. Even in your darkness, there's light. I'll show
mm.
you.
Hey, thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. If you loved what you watched, there's over 100 artists that we've interviewed. So please check out the videos. Remember to like, share, how not unsubscribe. But better still, become a member of Halftime Chat and get exclusive videos ahead of time. But thanks for watching. Take care.